Good morning, my dear boys and girls. I am glad to see you. How are you today? I hope that you are fine. Today we will speak about famous London's parks. London is one of the most beautiful cities of Europe. We'll know a lot of interesting information. By the end of the lesson, you should learn more about London's park and their history. Well, let's remember the famous places in London. Among them, there are Westminster Abbey, the House of Parliament, Buckingham Palace, St. Paul's Cathedral, London Bridge, the Tower of London, Big Ben, Trafalgar Square, and many others. Visit our parks. Spending time in London doesn't have to mean forfeiting fresh air, nature, and wildlife. London is one of the greenest capitals in the world, with plenty of green and open spaces. At the last count, there were more than 3,000 parks and open spaces in the city. The most well-known is Hyde Park. Hyde Park is one of the largest parks in central London. It is famous for its Speaker's Corner. The park has become a traditional occasion for mass demonstrations. One of the main sights of the park is the Lake Serpentine. It is a traditional place of festivals and celebration. Hyde Park is the most democratic park in the world, as anyone can say anything he likes. In the 19th century, Hyde Park had become a popular place for meetings. In 1872, in response to riots after police tried to disband a political meeting, Speaker's Corner was established to create a venue where people would be allowed to speak freely. Here, every Sunday, people stand on a soapbox and proclaim their views on political, religious, or other items. St. James Park is a 23-hectare park in Westminster, central London, the oldest of the royal parks of London. 3 royal palaces skirt St. James Park. The most ancient palace in Westminster, now known as the Houses of Parliament. St. James Palace, with its Tudor style, still holds the title of the Court of St. James despite the fact that the monarch has lived in the third palace, Buckingham Palace, since 1837. St. James Park, the first of the royal parks to be open to the public, provides habitats for a variety of different species. One of the key habitats in St. James Park is the lake. It is home to a wide range of bird life and has nesting sites on Duck Island and West Island. Duck Island is the home to many wild breeds of beautiful ducks and bird life. There are many ducks, gulls, swans, geese, pelicans. It is the oldest of royal parks of London. The park was named after a leper hospital dedicated to St. James the Less. The park has a small lake, St. James Park Lake, with two islands, West Island and Duck Island, which is named for the lake's collection of waterfalls. The Regent's Park is the largest grass area for sports in central London and offers a wide variety of activities as well as an open-air theatre, the London Zoo, and many cafes and restaurants. Open-air theatre. Regent's Park Open Air Theatre is the only permanent professional outdoor theatre in Britain. Its steeply rigged auditorium is one of the largest in London with 1,240 seats. Yet those who attend say it is one of the most intimate. Each night and incomparable atmosphere is created by the buzz of people enjoying their theatre going in every sense. People setting up hampers on the picnic lawn, filling their glasses with wine, or drinking pints in the bar as the fairy lights twinkle in the trees. London Zoo. Opened in 1847, the London Zoo is the world's oldest scientific zoo. Today, it houses over 720 different species of animals and is the only zoo in London where you can experience big animals such as gorillas and giraffes. Greenwich Park. Greenwich Park covers 73 hectares and is the oldest enclosed royal park. It is situated on a hilltop with impressive views across the River Thames to the Docklands and the City of London between Blackheath and the River Thames. Royal Observatory. The Royal Observatory at Greenwich was founded in 1675 by Charles II, with John Flamsteed appointed as the first astronomer royal. The observatory's work was to track the moon and stars and to eventually publish a record of where the moon would be in relation to the stars on any given day. The buildings now house a part of the National Maritime Museum. Among the exhibits is the 28-inch refractor telescope, one of the largest in the world. Richmond Park, only 30 minutes or so from central London, is the English countryside, as you might imagine it depicted in a glossily illustrated Robin Hood story. Mighty oaks, 1,000 years old, dense forests, dingy copses, rolling hills, majestic fallow deer and burrowing rabbits. Covering almost 2,500 acres, Richmond Park is the largest royal park in London. Richmond Park, originally deer hunting park, still has 300 red deer and 350 fallow deer. The deer have played a major role in the park's history and have shaped and landscape too. Kensington Gardens are the private gardens of Kensington Palace. You can see the Albert Memorial, the Serpentine Gallery and Speaker's Monument. The park also contains the Elfin Oak. The park is also famous for the statue of Peter Pan, the character of the book Peter Pan in Kensington Gardens, which is written by Barry. The gardens of Kensington before entered in the complement of private gardens of Palace Kensington. Now they are one of Royal Parks of London, which is to the west of Hyde Park. Park of Victoria. The Park of Victoria is sometimes named Park of Vicky. He's an enormous ground under open skies which is located from the east side of London. A park belongs to territory of London small town of Towers of Hamlet. Holland Park is not simply park but also the area which lies to the west of central London. Holland Park is a popular romantic spot in London because it is filled with beautiful vegetation and secluded corners. I think that these parks are brilliant and I am sure you enjoyed them. And you have known a lot of new and interesting information. And now you have a very interesting quiz. First question: how many parks are there in London? 10 parks, more than 100, more than 3,000. And right answer is more than 3,000. Second question. Where is St. James Park situated? In the south of London, in the heart of London, in the north of London? And the right answer is in the heart of London. Next question. Where is the Speaker's Corner? Regent's Park, St. James Park, Hyde Park? The right answer, the Speaker's Corner, is in the Hyde Park. Next question. Which park is Duck Island situated? St. James Park, Kensington Garden, Hyde Park? Right answer. Duck Island is situated in St. James Park. Next question. What animals are Richmond Park famous for? Zebras, tigers, deer? Right answer. Richmond Park are famous for deer. I am sure that everyone wants to visit these amazing parks. Dreams are coming true. Believe me.